Hello everyone, it's Mary. Welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to have a lot of fun testing out the Spellbinders wax seal kit. I have bought little pieces here and there of the wax seal process over time, and I've never used them. So I was really excited to see this whole kit come out. I picked it up and I wanted to get playing with it because I feel like it just adds such an elegant look to the projects, envelopes, things like that. So let's see what this thing can do. All right, let's pull out our box here. I'm going to do a full unboxing for you of what comes in this particular kit. These items you can all purchase separately, and some of them you might already have in your stash, like this silicone mat. So it does come with this small size silicone mat here. That's going to be really helpful. I would prefer a bigger platform or a bigger surface to work on, so I do have larger silicone mats. But it also comes with this tea light candle holder. You put the tea light under, or you basically just put the tea light down, place that over it. You have the spoon that you're going to melt the wax in. You have wax, and you have a wax seal or a wax impression. So I'm showing you some pearl colored wax that I have, as well as the copper that came with it, and then I have sort of this rose goldy coppery color. I know it's not official. And then I have one that has silver and gold mixed in. So I have a bunch of these waxes. I bought them a long time ago and they just sat in my drawer. So I'm super excited to kind of get playing. Now I have this little container from the Dollar Tree to help me organize all my things. All right, so I'm just going to light my candle and place this little holder right above it. This is the place where you can lay your spoon in. I do think this is super convenient. This is like pro number one. I find that it's up off the surface. I can let it melt without having to hold it. And so it's just kind of in there, and I'm gathering my other things, or I'm figuring out what I want to do. Or sometimes I'm just watching wax melt. Because that could be very therapeutic. So it's melting. Now, of course, I sped this up. It takes about a minute for the wax to melt. And then I would say I'd leave it on for about a minute, your wax seal. Now, this first one, I believe, is just one wax. I think that's all I did. I started upping it and putting 2 pieces of wax in, and I even got fancy and started mixing colors. So you can see I did not clean my spoon from the gold before I put this next color in, and it kind of got this that maroon copper kind of mix, which I thought was so fun. You can be more deliberate with your mixes by, for example, putting in 2 different color waxes, and you'll see that come up here in just a little bit. Or you can just kind of let the remnants of the last one mix in with the new one. So either way, I thought it was a lot of fun. So you're going to see the first gold one is going to be in all gold. Then you'll start to see some of the other colors get mixed in there. All right, so I pull off my wax seals, and I'm just going to use a very, very thin spatula to pull them up, or you can bend your silicone and pull them up that way. And now you can see this beautiful design. This is like a perfect design. Now, they don't all come out so perfectly, but I really do love it. Couple tips I realized as I was playing with them: you want to make sure that you put your wax seal straight down, and it is okay if you have a little extra wax, because you kind of want that impression to kind of bubble, push out the outside of your wax, so you have this full impression on the inside. You'll see one of my roses was just the rose, which I thought was actually kind of cool. It didn't have the rounded seal. Now, here's a con. I didn't realize this, but the bottom of the spoon is going to get black, and I don't think that that's a con by design. I think that's just chemistry, because I'm pretty sure that's going to happen. But I put it down on my silicone mat, and I was a little concerned for a hot second, and then I realized with some alcohol and alcohol wipe, it comes right up. Not even a big deal. I think that might have even been water, and then I took an alcohol wipe to it right after this. So no big deal. Just don't put it down on a project. That's definitely something to keep in mind. So here you can see this one right here. This is the pea, and that was a little bit of the mixed colors. And then this one is a little bit of that gold and silver for you. It's really pretty. Love the way they're coming out. So far, I think this is a lot of fun. Now I'm going to try just something a little bit different on, if I were to do this on the back of an envelope. I'm just going to put down this little twine here. This is a little bit of gold twine, and then I'm going to place my wax over it. Now, I think maybe in the future I would use just maybe even try 3 waxes. I don't know, experiment. I think it's just going to be fun to play with. But once I pulled this up, I realized I did not pay attention to how I was putting down the pea. So this pea was upside down. for when you do it not on a silicone mat, make sure your impression is facing the correct way. So I wanted to do it again just to practice, just to have fun. And so I pulled out a piece of cardstock and I added it to that. No rhyme or reason. I probably won't use these. These are just scraps. But I wanted to just, again, just experiment and have a good time with it. I really can see these being a beautiful, beautiful addition to invitations and to envelopes, even scrapbooking. I really think this is such a nice, fun thing to have if you're in the market for something like this. And I should have added this in the beginning of the video, but this review is more for those of us that have this already, or if you've been on the fence about it, because I know that I buy stuff and then I let it sit. So I'm hoping to inspire you to pull this out and have some fun, because creative therapy, that's a real thing. And so even if you do nothing with it, if you purchase this, I want to encourage you to get it out because it's so much fun. Now, if you see additional hands in here, this is Yeti right now. She actually picked the best, in my opinion, of the combinations. It was silver and pearl white, and it is dreamy. It's so classic and pretty. So I highly recommend trying that if you have those colors. Now, this is the rose that I said was almost all rose. I thought that was so fun. And don't forget, you can just adhere these to your projects after you make them on your silicone mat. So if you don't want to do it and take the chance over an envelope that you already finished, there's no need to do that. You can just pre-make them and then use them when you're ready. Before we go, we're going to switch over to showing you something on my computer to talk about pricing. Okay, before we go, let's talk about price, because if you want to try this, you do not have to go the most expensive route. So the wax seal kit I showed you is right here, and this is the one from Spellbinders. So for a $50 price, you're going to get those items that I showed you. Now, there are ways you can be innovative or ingenuitive and come up with ways to do this without that price tag, I believe. And so one of the things I wanted you to consider is, for one, search around for, this is scrapbook.com, but search around for different color waxes that you want if you don't want to just stick with one particular, different types of the wax seals. Maybe you don't want the one that comes in the kit, but you want this one that says handmade. So just make sure you're looking around for different opportunities of pricing. I would say I do highly recommend the wax that comes in these little beads. I find it to be extremely easy to use, but you can also get them in the candle form. They look like candles, and you just melt them and they fall on your project, and then you put your wax seal. So there's lots of ways to do it, but look at, there's Have a Nice Day, there's this little bow tie, there's so many options. And then also, even cheaper, if you're an Amazon shopper, you can check out that, and you can look for kits that come a little bit cheaper even than that. So right here, I found this wax seal kit. This comes with envelopes. It comes with the same holder that you're going to put over the tea light. So we'll show this picture larger. You see, you're going to have the spoon. You're going to have that little holder, so 4 tea lights and multiple colors, as well as metallic pens. But you want to be careful at what wax seal holder you're buying, like the actual seal, because this one is a tree and you might not be looking for a tree. So just kind of look around, shop around, and see what you can get biggest bang for your buck. So I definitely wanted to make sure I hit that note before we ended this video. Okay, so I hope that was helpful in seeing it in action, and then some of the pros and cons that I found while playing with it. I'm still very new at it, so I'm still going to be playing with it quite a bit, but I hope it was helpful. Let me know what you think in the comments down below. I'm curious if you have this, if you've gotten it out and you've played with it. If you're not interested, let us know in the comments down below, and I will see you in the next video. Bye-bye.